I'm not sure what's going on, but I had a scheduled live stream that did not work, apparently. People did not know. And this one is showing me live. And I am not a happy camper because I did everything right the first time. So I assume, I mean, there's only an answer. The only answer is I don't have an answer. And I have a guest coming on that really matters to me. Introducing him to this community. He's one of the smartest people I've ever heard in my life, besides my own father. So for this stream to not be working correctly. Hi, D. Derringer. Kaylee. Just got you never got the other notification? Hello, RV Weekends, Camping Therapy. Thank you guys for showing up. I don't know what happened to the other stream. It showed that from my end, it showed that there was, that I shared everything out, and I'm very unhappy because I have a guest that is coming on, is providing he can find a way back here. I sent him another link, and he's a smart guy, and that's why I want him on today. RV Ashes in April. Thank you, Margie, for coming, and Doreen, thank you for being here. So when I feel frustrated like this, pina colada, rock, I always struggle with this word, rock and dust fairy. Pina colada, rock and dust fairy. Welcome, artist on the road. I'm not going to let that, I don't know what happened to the first stream. So, and Kaylee, David and I were chatting. He found his way to me. So I have sent him a new stream invite. So today we are supposed to have, there he is. I am going to drop the link in the stream, David. And while you're coming up, I'm going to give a little, say a few hellos while you're getting up here. So you can grab the link when you're ready to, and then you'll be in my basement. There should be a link in the stream. I had sent one to your back to your email, but Going Green Mom, thank you. I'm very happy for the Roy and Becky raid. Papa Drew's RV. I have an old man StreamYard. ZX24Me. Hello, David. I'll be right with you, dear. Thank you, Roy and Becky, so much. Victoria May Wallace, Scott Jacobson Appreciation. So we are getting a few people to come in. Whoo! Because I have been so excited. So I've been so excited for this guest, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about him. For me, he is the smartest man in the room, next to my own father. David from Gone Boondocking is brilliant. I'm going to let him tell you how smart he is, because I don't even know how to completely identify it. Oh, David.
Okay.
Yep, we got to unmute your mic. Here we go. Darn it.
Okay, I had about 3 different audios coming through, so I was trying to turn off a couple of them anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to tell us a little bit about your background? First of all, you are a full-time RVer, correct?
Yep. Since 2002.
Wow, that is you have some experience, don't you?
Yeah. I still got several different streams of audio coming through, so every now and then I might not catch what you're saying, but
so you are an inventor.
Yeah.
And how
Yeah.
did you get into that business? You want to? I mean,
Oh,
you're just really brilliant, man, David.
okay. I don't know about that.
Uh,
Everybody has strengths. Everyone
yes.
has strengths. So, and one of my strengths is simply in that particular area. I do more in the area of actual improved product improvement than I do literal invention. And so,
Mm-hmm.
what I found for RVs, there are all kinds of improvements that are necessary uh, for us to be able to live in free and live cheaply and things like that. So that's
Uh-huh.
kind of what I've been focusing on the past couple of years, anyways. Um,
So, just in general, you want to share about some of the things you've kind of improved on? You don't have to go into specifics, but if you want to, whatever you feel like sharing about.
yeah, sure. Okay. I'm down to only having two audio streams now, so this is getting better, but but anyways, one of the things I wanted to do was to make life better for other RVers.
Right.
And so that was my main focus, was just to make life better for other folks, because you know um, because of the baby boomers are just now beginning to retire in mass. Okay, we're expected to get several million more RVers in the next few
Wow.
years. And over 50% of those RVers have no retirement beyond Social Security.
Mm-hmm.
That's about 50%. So and so this lifestyle for some folks, they do this because they want to, because they prefer to travel and see the world and live free and things like that. For other folks, it's much more of a necessity.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and and for a person to be able to, if they own their own RV, and the idea is to bring the cost down to where they can live, not just live or subsist, but live well.
Right.
Okay, on nothing more than Social Security check, and so that's kind of been my focus. And out of that, the first thing that I needed to address was how to make a means people being able to have good climate control. When you
Mm-hmm.
get retirement age, you need to have some means of having air conditioning and heating, but at the same time being able to do that out on the road.
Right.
Okay. And so that's why I come up with the idea of having solar air conditioning and solar heating. And so that I decided to look into the most efficient mini split heat pumps that I could find. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's what I ended up doing. I ended up putting a mini split heat pump on my RV, the Class C at the time, and it worked very well. For 2 years, I had people telling me it was never going to work. Okay, it's going to fall apart. It's going to rattle loose off the back of the RV. And a lot of these people are air conditioner technicians. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I've had several people tell me it was too close to the wall. It would never get ventilation, and so many different things. And so, but I came out of a robotics background, so I program robots, and that's how when I retired, I retired from robotics, and
Uh-huh.
so it wasn't that big of a leap for me to be able to start switching over to doing some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started there with mini split air conditioning, and with that I was able to run our air conditioner on 4 solar panels. Okay, and do that in the hot summer sun, not just going to where the climate is very mild, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could be in the desert, okay, in the summer, and my RV would still be livable. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so that worked out very well. And then next, I started looking into how to make water last longer.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and so one of the things I was able to do is with that mini split was capture water, because whenever you run your air conditioner on an RV, there's water dripping off the roof. Okay, that's that condensation. And so what I was able to do with the mini split was one is I could capture that condensation, and that water is just atmospheric water. And so with a filter, I was able to add that right back into the water tank. Okay, by filtering. The next thing I did was start looking at the usage of water. Okay, how much water was used, and then minimize the amount of water we need to use on it, on a regular basis. And so that's why I come up with the idea of the hour shower. Okay,
Right.
and the hour shower then is the means of being able to take a long hot shower on less than 1 gallon of water. Okay, because showering was by far the biggest user of water. The next
Right.
one, of course, is the standard RV toilet. So, of course, then I went ahead and put in a what they call a composting toilet, but in RVs there are no composting toilets in RVs, but
Right.
they're called dry toilets. Okay, but putting in a dry toilet into an RV, and basically the water tank was all we needed that for. Then was less than a gallon to take a shower with, and the rest of it was drinking water. And so with a Berkey, was able to turn that drinking water into something that's very pure and everything, and good tasting water. And so there was a few things like that. It's kind of that has got to a place now that people, one, they don't have to pay for dumping their tanks. Okay, they pay much less for filling up their water tank, and they don't have to plug into an RV park just to have air conditioning and heating. Okay, because with a heat pump, also you get heating from solar as well as air conditioning. So, anyways, that's kind of the long and the short of it. And heating from solar so that's where we're at now. And well, with this the COVID crisis that's been created, um, uh, and there is a created COVID crisis, but I won't get into that too much on your channel. However, I can tell you the 200,000 people that supposedly has perished because of COVID-19. That real number is actually less than 20,000. Okay, and that also includes people who also succumb to pneumonia as well. And these numbers are right from CDC's website. This is right from the CDC's data. But, so anyway,
Can I ask you a question? So you're saying that on CDC we can find that difference between what they say 200,000 is closer to under 19,000?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And by the fact, my last live stream went into that in detail. So I'm not asking anybody to go look at my channel or anything, but I do I actually show up the numbers and everything on the screen, showed the CDC's website, their email, their web address where they can find that information and everything.
Okay.
And so it's very enlightening information. And I've never been much of a conspiracy theorist, but when you get past the idea of every other possible, well, the normal means of people whose lives are shorter than basically succumbing to old age. Okay. COVID-19 is the least deadly of all of them. The least deadly. Okay. And so, which is kind of interesting that this is the main point on this election issue. The election season's coming up, and that seems to be who did what and how well they did and all that kind of stuff. It seems to be the main issue of that. So
Sure.
And I would imagine that after the election, we'll probably see all this go away pretty quickly. But and it's sad that people are politicizing fear, okay, in order to win votes and stuff. So bad, but
Yeah. So that's something I'll look at, because I know that first of all, you are extremely smart, and you document, you know how to, at least in your brain, do the research and be able
Uh-huh.
to show it, and that's important. And that's
Yeah,
I
I did do the research on it. Yes.
last night last night my husband and I were at Walmart, and I he couldn't hear me talk because of the mask, and I just ripped the mask off my face, and I just said, I am done with the mask. And when we got to the checkout, I put it back on, but I'll tell you, it was very frustrating that he couldn't hear me through the mask, and I have
Oh,
a fairly loud voice. um so
whoops. My fault.
Oh no, fine. I've been upside down with my camera, so.
Oh, I'm trying to get rid of the second audio stream. See, basically, I use my cell phone for a camera because the cell phone camera is much more better than the camera on a webcam. Okay, and also you can also take the cell phone with you, and so you can do walking live streams, with a cell phone that you can't do with a normal camera. Uh,
Hmm.
so I've gotten better. However, it really messed up his body very bad. Just saying, the China virus is real. Is very necessary. Yeah, I totally agree, Papa Drew. The China virus is real, and it is awesome, and it is awful. I'm simply saying that the numbers that they are using to are much different than the actual numbers of people who have succumbed to the disease. Um, I added them up. 18,000 people so far this year have succumbed to both COVID-19 and pneumonia together, combined. Okay. But they're saying 200,000 people have succumbed to coronavirus. Now, the reason for that is if a person tests positive and they die for any other reason, that death is also included in that number. Okay. So,
Hmm.
uh,
Well, and that's not right. That is not right, and that is
I agree.
misleading.
I agree. I mean, it's terrible. One life is one too many. Especially, yeah. Yes. Hi, Miss Kaylee.
Isn't she awesome?
She is. She is. Her and Shanna Banana and Miss Carrie Beth. They're all just great folks. They really. Are.
Shanna, I think Shanna's on here. She was on my
Hey, Miss
Sunday.
Carrie Beth.
Sundays, I just started this last Sunday doing a game show Sunday, and Shanna and Kaylee were both on. They're just the sweetest people, and Kaylee is awesome, awesome moderator. She'll text me and say, Lucretia, so and so is on, or just kind of jog my memory about what's going on, or she'll do research, and sometimes I didn't even ask her to. She's just that kind of moderator. So I'm grateful to
Nice.
have her. What got you into the full-time RVing? What made you want to do that?
Okay. 2002. I was at work and I broke both arms at work. I fell from a pretty high height. I broke both arms, and then the company acted like I was from Mars. Okay, and because of that, they didn't want to pay me anything. So it was here. I am, two broken arms, and I had to come up with creative ways of making a living.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and so I first started doing. I had to trim down. I had a big condo and everything. I had a 3-bedroom condo. So I started trimming down, I got started selling books. I had a good book collection, and one of the books I sold, I ended up getting $240 for one book.
Wow.
All right, yeah, it was a book by Smith Wigglesworth, but and so what I did is I'd opened up the cash drawer, And so what I did, I started going online and finding more expensive books, okay, and finding them at cheaper prices online, and then selling them on Amazon,
Uh-huh.
okay. And I was able to find what was selling good, because I went to back then. Amazon was basically, they sold books. That's what they did. So I just sorted their book list by most expensive book first, and I created a list of books that I need to go out and find. And so
Uh-huh.
in 6 weeks, I paid cash on my first RV, and
Wow.
moved out of the condo and everything and into an RV. And so it was a question of necessity for me as well. So it really was. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Let me see if I can.
That's
I,
really, I never, certain books definitely can have a big price tag on them, that you, I have heard of other people doing that with books. I think he's frozen. David, hello? I think we have a freeze.
oops.
Oops, that's all right. We've had a couple of those ourselves.
Oops. That was my fault too. Well, I figured out what the audio issue was, and
Uh-huh.
so there we go. I figured out what the audio issue was, but the unfortunately it messed up everything else as well. So
Yeah.
um,
Now,
yeah,
camping therapy said she did that by flipping campers, buy low and sell at market price, paid cash for a vehicle that way.
right.
Well, when there's a necessity, we find ways. That I was saying to my husband the other day, we were driving and I thought to myself, there was one day there was no brakes. Just think years, hundreds of years was no brakes, and then all of a sudden there was this rudimentary brakes. And I said, somebody with a need and with the means had, or somebody with the means had a need, and they started developing
That's it.
better and better brakes. I don't
That's
know why.
it.
Weird things like that catch my attention.
Mhm.
And one of the things I like watching your channel is that you have such a variety of things that you're knowledgeable on, from religion to politics to um, science,
Mhm.
and if one thinks about it, that all kind of in what they're all science, politics is definitely a science.
That's right. That's
uh,
right.
it has, it's very little to do with reality. Religion is a science, if you want, if you can.
It's all philosophy, basically.
There
all
you
of those
go.
all of those are all fall within the realm of philosophy, and I'm really interested in that subject. So yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I took a philosophy class. See, I didn't go to college till I was 50. I graduated with my bachelor's degree in family and human services. I was 50 years old.
uh,
And I then I started a master's degree in public policy, and health policy was going to be my main track of focus. And I'll tell you what, my little sister just popped in the room. Priscilla, hello. Thank you for finding us today. Um, and I was in a philosophy class online, and I was threatened. I'm a person of Christian faith, and I got a direct threat. And I said, and this is the unfortunate side of me that doesn't show the best example sometimes. And I told the guy, all right, I'll meet you at 11 13th and Polk, which is where my church resides.
mm,
I could not stand being threatened because I didn't say anything negative about anybody else. I didn't say you had to
right,
believe a certain way. I'm very open to
right.
other people's beliefs and the way we all have to live our lives in this world. But he was definitely threatened by my openness to that, and he made a direct threat against me, and he got kicked out of the class.
Yeah,
So it
good
was
for him.
frightening. It was very
Good.
frightening.
Yeah,
Very frightening.
and he should be, but yeah. At the same time, we can't help ourselves either. Okay,
Hmm.
there's something that's put inside of us that we have to tell the truth. Okay, there's someone that's been put inside of us that we have to tell the truth. Okay, and uh, and that's just how it is, and so there's no getting out of that.
No,
So yeah,
no, there's not.
but,
So in your making things better, is there an area, a particular thing that you found most interesting to work on?
on the improvement RV improvements.
Yes, on RV
Okay, yeah,
improvement.
yeah. The hour shower, I'm still making improvements on that. It's yeah. Eventually, I'm going to get that to where um, we can use it. It can be used anywhere for any reason. For
Hmm.
whether it's in a house or in an RV. Eventually it'll get there. Um, the next thing I'm also doing is what I'm wanting to do is earn enough money to where I can. Uh, I want to revise a mini split heat pump and be able to place a mini split heat pump into an RV's air conditioner spot on the roof. If I can take out an RV air conditioner, put the mini split pump right in the same spot.
Hmm.
Split heat pump, put it, just a direct replacement for an RV air conditioner. Okay, what that means then, from that moment on, RV air conditioning could be all of them can be run directly from solar. Okay, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and so that's the brass ring I'm grabbing for. I am doing these other little smaller things in order to get there, but this coronavirus thing has slowed me down quite a bit as far as income and things like that. So
Sure.
hopefully, when this is all over, I can get back on to making that a priority again. So,
Hmm. Hmm.
but
Well, I have someone here who has a man crush on you.
oh,
Again, thinks you're about the smartest person around, and I think he would like to say hello.
okay.
He's the other part of burning up the roads, and it would be
Oh,
Richard. Come on
Richard.
in.
Hello,
Hey, Richard.
how are you?
Doing well, buddy. How you doing?
Oh, I'm aching, hurting all the time. I got to have my
Yeah.
back surgery. Got
Oh,
to
back.
get back surgery before I get out there.
Ow. Actually, it's getting a lot better. Okay, there is a lot. It's getting so where it can actually be outpatient stuff nowadays. So
Well,
hopefully yours is one of those. Yeah.
hopefully it won't be too bad.
Well, tell
Yeah.
him what you just got last night.
Yeah.
Oh,
My cousin went in for back surgery. He's a truck driver, and he went home the same day. Yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah.
won't
He
be but
went in.
one night in the hospital,
Okay, one night for you. Okay.
probably.
Well,
Just
we'll be
to
praying
know.
for you, Richard. You'll be in our prayers, buddy. Okay.
Thanks.
Well,
I'll need them.
last
Okay.
night we went shopping, and we
Oh,
needed to. Last night we went shopping, and we needed to pick up. He was going to go pick up the Swiss cheese, and we get to the checkout counter, or right before the checkout, and he had something other than Swiss cheese. Do you want to tell him, Richard?
How about a drone?
you got a what?
A drone.
Butter cheese?
No, he was supposed to go buy Swiss cheese, and he came with a drone instead.
I got detoured.
Detoured, yes.
That's just a very small detour.
Right. It'll keep me
I,
busy for a while.
I understand. Yeah. Medusa Man Pants knows better to send me to the sea by myself.
that's exactly what I
Really
thought.
does. I'll come
I,
home with I'll come home with some kind of a boat anchor or something that she won't be able to identify, so
oh
Right.
goodness, that's funny. That's funny. Well,
Well, thanks. It was good to meet you.
it's
I'm
very good to
happy I
meet you
met
too,
you.
Richard. God bless you, buddy.
You too. Thanks.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, we went shopping, and one of the things he was going to grab was the Swiss cheese, and I went about my business and got a few things, and we met up, and he had a big box, and it was much bigger than Swiss cheese. So, he's going to spend his day learning that. So you've had the interest in the hour shower. Do you think it'll get to a point where you
I
could
know,
use it? Oh, go ahead.
I know. I have figured it out. Uh-oh.
Let's see where we're at in the chat. Do you think it'll ever be where the hour shower can be used in a home?
Oh, most certainly. Most certainly. That's I figured it out. Okay. I had your on another tab on my browser. Your page was running on another tab while I'm over here on StreamYard.
Oh,
So now it's okay. Now I can understand you. I was having to turn one ear off there. So
oh, David, so sorry.
no, that was my fault. My fault. This is the first time I've done the StreamYard there's several things I've been doing different. Notice the background behind me.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually a green screen. Okay, back there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's nice. It looks very
yeah.
real.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Let me here just kind of show you what it'll do here. Check this out. How about that one?
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
But
That's nice and bright.
yeah. So it's a green screen. But so there's several things I'm doing. I forgot to mute. You know how you do it? You have to mute the YouTube channel while you're doing a live stream on a different camera or something. But
Yes.
I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yes, but the hour shower, yes. The hour shower is pretty good right now, but I would counsel folks to wait until this next improvement because
Okay.
one is I'm going to be putting in a different type of a filter. Okay, it'll use gravity to filter out any sediments or anything like that, and so it'll be much more just pure water. Okay, and then also doing a different type of a digital temperature controller in it as well. So it'll work a lot better once I'm all done. Oh, hey, Backroads, how you doing? But yeah, and so once that's all done and this coronavirus is over with, so I could start ordering parts again, because that's also going to depend a little bit too on us getting a different supply chains. Okay, because we have a lot of things going on with China right now as well. Yeah. And so once we get the supply, I had to stop making hour showers because of the supply chain. See, will I be able to do the new upgrades on my old hour shower? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so no problem. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, but eventually the hour shower can get to a place to where it's going to be more of a water saver for for homes and stuff. But the question is, if we're still using like watering our garden, watering our lawns and things like that, just to conserve water on showers would probably be a moot issue. Okay, because if people be wasting much more water in other areas anyways. There's more other areas that would probably need to be dealt with before just extra shower water use. But however, for remote cabins and RVers and eco villages and things like that, the hour shower works out real well. So direct answer for those kind of folks. So
well, here's a question for you. What's the difference between a tankless water heater and the hour shower?
Oh, well, quite a bit. A tankless water heater, all it does is just heat water. It doesn't conserve any water. It simply just heats water, for your shower. All your shower water goes down the drain. even with a tankless water heater. With the hour shower, the water is recirculated, refiltered, heated back up to the correct temperature, and then it comes back out the nozzle again. So basically, on an hour shower, you're using less than 1 gallon of water. With a tankless water heater, you're still going to use, 10 to 30 gallons of water for a shower. It depends on how well it would, how long of a shower you want to take, I suppose. So
Yeah.
but,
Because well, I've heard, people on videos talk about how much it costs to go take a shower at one of the, like a truck stop. I mean,
oh yes.
Personally, we're going to go broke because just for me to take showers, if I had to go take showers at a truck stop or at a other place,
Right.
and because I'm not going out on the road to not take a shower.
I totally agree. I totally agree. And yeah, and even if you're a van dweller, an hour shower works just as well for a van dweller that it does for anybody else. Okay. Okay. Miss Carrie Beth, David, you should patent an hour shower circulating water for laundry. Yes. Yeah. And that would be a really good idea too, Miss Carrie Beth. Most certainly. But anyway, so there's lots of ways of saving water with an hour shower. So it does help a lot. Okay. But I'm right now I'm kind of waiting for this COVID thing, and then I'm gonna find out where we are on the supply chains, because there's all kinds of parts and stuff to buy and things like that. At the same time, I'm also working on another invention, and that's to be able to convert a standard RV toilet into a dry toilet. Okay, just within 5 seconds, convert it back and forth from a dry toilet to a standard RV toilet. So if you're going in and out of a RV park and things like that, it's really easy. Just a simple conversion. Basically, a squishy silicone thing that you just snap around a toilet bowl, and it takes and it turns it into a dry toilet. So but I have to have a mold made for that, which again, more supply chain stuff. So
Right.
yeah,
So a question about that mold thing. So this is how, I am not a scientific thinker around this kind of science. I mean, I'm pretty good with people, but not science. Uh,
Mhm.
so how would that be different? And you're probably going to laugh at me, and I don't blame you.
Oh,
How would that be different than, so if it's a dry toilet, how, I just can't even envision, how is it different than using, when you said something snaps in the toilet, how is that different than using a like one of those little bucket
like a
toilets?
bucket, like a
Yes.
bucket. No difference whatsoever, except that in an RV bathroom, you really don't have room for a toilet and a bucket.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So, which means some people have to remove their toilet to put in a dry toilet.
Okay.
Okay, they remove their toilet, put in a bucket, or whatever they're going to use for a dry toilet. By the way, I'm also doing a bucket version of that for like van dwellers who don't have a bathroom, and that way you can just snap this right on the top of any 5-gallon bucket, and it's called a diverting dry toilet. So the liquids go one way, the solids go the other way.
Right. Right.
Which is the secret to keeping the smells down and all that stuff, by the way. So.
Well, and that is something that I have thought about. Okay, the diversion, where you divert the liquids and the solids. To me, that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
And so that's similar to a compost. Is that similar to a composting toilet?
Well, a composting toilet, the composting process takes at least about 8 months and the right temperatures, okay, to be able to. Whereas what we're talking about here is a dry toilet is something that fills up to a point and it's emptied, fills up and it's emptied, that kind of a thing. But the good thing is you don't have to pay $5 to $15, some even $20 to dump your tanks, okay. And so all you've got to do is you just throw it right into any dumpster, trash receptacle. You know,
Okay.
dirty baby diapers are just, it's the same way you
Right.
dispose of a dirty baby diaper, and there's nothing illegal about it. There's nothing harmful about it. There's nothing unsanitary about it. So,
Hmm.
what I do, just recommend to folks is to use a biodegradable bag. So when it goes to a landfill, it turns into compost in the landfill.
Right.
Okay. And
Right.
so it's actually good for the landfill instead of being, it's a net positive for a landfill than it is a negative. So,
Hmm.
um, and that's just by using biodegradable trash bags. And so pretty simple. But,
So you do have a Patreon account, I see, which is
uh,
very.
yeah, yes, ma'am.
Kaylee put it up.
Oh, okay. I Miss Kaylee knows the address better than I do, so I have no idea. But I trust her to. She is on the ball. Okay,
Oh,
that
she
girl is on
definitely
the
is.
ball. Okay,
She's
so
definitely on the ball.
but
Yeah, she's ahead of everything.
yeah, this COVID thing is really hit everybody's right in their wallet too, and so yeah, if
Mhm.
folks can't do help out on Patreon and stuff. Yeah, there's nobody that understands that better than me. I started doing this. I didn't even know that you could have an income stream on YouTube. I didn't even know that. I came out here and I had several improvements already on my RV. A couple of other YouTubers took one look at my RV and says, "You need to be on YouTube." I said, well, "What's YouTube?" Okay. Okay.
I
and,
hear you.
and so Randy Mobile Traveler is the one that actually started me off down that direction and everything. He was camping with our group, or we were camping with his group, whichever. But and so he's the one that kind of got me started with that.
Well,
Gone Boondocking. Oh, somebody's got pulled up my stats. Was
yes,
that
sir.
you? You
That's
did that?
me.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
So
Uh,
it look. I have a question. How? Okay, so it shows you got 22,000 subscribers. So as a newbie, I've got like almost 1,200. I'm just 4 people shy of, or 6 people shy of 1,200. So I have nothing like you. I've got a question about the YouTube side of this. Um, how do you manage to juggle 22,000 people? Now, granted, they're not all, banging on your door at one time, but you still communicate. You want to, do live streams. And how do you handle 22,000 people?
well, the live streams are kind of my answer. Well, there's the live streams kind of resolves a couple of things. Okay. Um, I started doing the live streams because of the COVID thing, and folks just were stuck. They were locked in, locked down, and all that stuff, and they had no interaction with others. Okay, and so I kind of
Mm-hmm.
started a weekly live stream, just for people to be able to get out and be able to say, "I'm alive." I'm still here. Yeah. And what that turned into is folks really started really, I wanted to just kind of a bonding moment once a week. And then it turned into twice a week. And once a week wasn't enough for them. So now we're just doing it every Monday and Thursday. We were doing it on the weekends, but that didn't work out because if you're out
Right.
on the road and let's say you're in a national forest, there's a lot of weekend traffic, and
Yes.
they take up a lot of the bandwidth, okay, on the cell towers, okay, and so I had to kind of switch to Monday and Thursday so I wouldn't keep getting kicked off the live stream
Right.
because of the poor internet, okay, and so. But at the same time, it also provides me a means of being able to. There was a lot of questions because most of what I do, the videos, is all technical how-to stuff and,
Right.
and that kind of stuff. And I don't have that many videos. I really am bad at it. I'm awful at it. It's, I pity the person who has to stay awake all the way through one of those videos. It's awful. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, it is awful. And so, and it ain't getting any better, but the live streams, I can do that better because I'm talking to folks, and so totally different,
Right.
but, what's my line and what's my motivation does seem to come up too much for me. But anyways, so I don't have that many actual improvement videos. But at the same time, there's a lot of live stream videos. Now the live stream, there's not a lot of folks that check into my live stream either. It's just folks who want to connect with other people. That's all. It's most of the time maybe 50 folks. I mean, it ain't a lot. It's not on the live stream, but amazingly so. My first video is still, almost supporting me. It's on one video. Yeah, it's something. And so,
which video is that?
The mini split video. So
Mini split video. Kaylee, if you could find that and put a link for that in here, we both would appreciate that.
It's 001. It's like I started numbering them, and then it's like I think I'm up to, with the live streams, I'm up to 61 now. I think something like that. But so not that many. But I just got started, so it hasn't been that long. I think it's been, I'm pretty sure it's been over a year now anyways. But I think folks, I think the subscribers are simply folks, they see those improvements and they subscribe to the channel, just waiting for because most of my messages seem to be, when you going to do another improvement, that kind of a thing. So they're more interested in, and what they can do to their RVs and make them more livable on the road and things like that. So, which is that's the reason why I started it. Yeah. Oh, Miss Carrie Beth.
Wow.
Yeah. The incinerator toilet has close to 10,000 views. Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
And by the way, she's talked us into getting one of them as well. We're going to be getting one of those incinerating toilets because, on top, now the downside to the incinerating toilet is the extreme price. I mean, we're talking 3,000 something.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And so it's not cost beneficial for a lot of folks. So it doesn't dissuade me to continue doing the dry toilet thing, but at the same time, it's I know that it's cost prohibitive for a lot of people. So.
Oh sure. Yeah.
Oh, there
that
it
would
is.
stop me. Yep.
There it is. Yeah.
Thank you, Kaylee, for doing that.
Kaylee. You're so awesome. Where's Shanna Banana? I haven't seen her in here yet. Usually she's around, but Miss Carrie Beth.
I don't see her.
Miss Carrie Beth's here in Texas somewhere, by the way. Yeah.
I've got some family there.
From the studios live in Rockport, Texas. Yeah, Gone Boondocking.
Oh my God, that's so fun, David. And that's what I mean. I don't know too many like really smart people who have the kind of comedy, the kind of funniness that you have naturally. A lot of smart people are not, they're so serious.
I'm laughing at yourself, okay?
Well, didn't you used to design cars or something to do with cars?
Yeah, in robotics, yes. I programmed the robots that build the cars. That's what I did. Yeah, so that's what I did before I retired and everything. And it was great work. By the way, if anybody's ever wanting a job that they'll never, ever have to worry about being laid off or being outsourced, that's the job right there. Get into robotics engineering, or robotic technician. Okay. And you'll make more than the plant manager. Okay. So.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Wow. My plant manager couldn't stand that too. So
Oh God,
I had to bring it up a lot because I knew he couldn't stand it. So,
David. Oh my gosh, that's too
but
funny.
but we were friends. I mean, but yeah.
There was I sold real estate about 12 years ago before there was the big crash, and I was what was new to our community. I was called a buyer's agent for this particular agency, and it was they were a low cost real estate company. Like they had, I think it was 1995 or something like that is what they would it would cost to sell a house through them. Well, I was a buyer's agent and they paid me a salary plus I would get incrementally like $50 for the first sale in 1 month, 100 for the next, 150, and then like 200 or 250. And 1 month, um, my the owner of the company, I had 5 closings in February, which is very uncommon.
Wow. Wow.
And so she had to pay me not only my base salary, but the each one of those commissions. And she was not happy, because she was losing money. And it's like I thought I was supposed to be working for you. I'm doing my job.
Mhm.
Oh, here's
Yep.
Shanna. By the way, we got Shanna up here.
Hey, Shanna Banana.
She's at the vet's office.
I have to
Anyways,
call
I
Leslie
went.
on here. Love to all. Hey, Miss Shanna Banana.
Thank you for coming. I just have to say you're one of the funnest people on
Yeah.
YouTube, David.
Oh,
And I
bless you.
I fell in love with your style of communication. You have a great style of communication, and you know what you're talking about
Oh,
when you're talking.
okay. Shucks.
I
Okay.
mean it's just
Yeah.
true.
That was Backroads. You talk about my cool graphics. That Backroads did that. He was recognizing the graphics. So,
Oh,
yeah. Backroads
those graphics.
Nomad. Those graphics look awesome.
So
That
he
was,
did a very good
yeah,
job.
yeah, yeah.
Very good job.
Backroads, good people. Okay.
Oh
Totally.
yes, he's one of the people I need to schedule to come on as well because he's one of the smart guys in the room too.
Yes, he
And
is.
I had Kevin was on last week, except
Yeah, I saw that. I
it
saw
was
that.
it was a sudden like boom. He was maybe going to be on in the morning, and
Mhm.
and he wasn't, and so I took all the stuff down associated with Kevin, and I went, did my day, and I came home and I laid down about 6 o'clock, and I was just going to rest and do some video watching on my phone, and so I get a message from Kevin about doing the live stream, and that was at like 6:30. And we were on by 6:45, and I was a mess. I had some salsa
Right.
on my shirt. My head, my hair was just not right. And I'm still on because you do not say no to somebody, who's willing to come on. And he found a place he could live stream from.
Yeah. I know
And
that I hurt everybody's eyes, but I've got used to Bugly. Bugly is short for butt ugly. All right. So
oh
I
no,
know
not at
I
all.
ain't easy on anybody's eyes, so
Oh
I don't
goodness.
even worry about it. If I had a stain in my shirt, that means they don't have to look at my face.
One of the most fun live streams I ever watched was you, um, uh, Backroads, or you, Kevin, and uh,
Oh yeah, that was on New Year's Eve, wasn't it? I believe.
yes,
Yes. Yeah.
Backroads Nomad, you,
Yeah.
Kevin, and it was it was a fun. There was like
I
a
know.
thousand people.
He had that hat. Remember that hat?
Yes, on that head, the
I know.
melon.
He had the little Toy Story hat on his big old.
Yes, yes. So the three of you make a great
I
show.
know.
And
Yeah.
you brought about 1,000 people to the party that night.
Wow. Well, that's
It,
them. That's them, especially Kevin. Kevin's got a whole lot of folks that tune into his live streams. I get on a soapbox and run off half of mine, I think. Well,
no,
um, yeah, I gotta say what I gotta say, and
that's
some
true.
things are, I try to tell the truth, always, of course, but
Yes.
there's some things that you know that must be said. Okay, you know,
Right.
well, first, probably the most important one is even if things are looking really bad, but we have absolutely no reason to be afraid of them. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So, but at the same time, people do need to know that, yeah, that that something is afoot right now. Okay.
Yep.
And
Yep. Well, and I suggest people give you a tune in and see, see what you're all about fully in a more um, unboxed way.
more of my soapboxing.
you you know well, people come to watch you for a reason, and you attract a lot of different types of people, and
Yeah.
some of the people that are on this stream, that Shanna, I see Shanna all over the place in different live streams, Kaylee as well, Backroads. So there's a reason for that. Well, we're almost out of time, so I'm going to let you go. And David, from the bottom of my heart, I hope to God I didn't harass you too much to come on today.
You did not. You did
And
not at all. I was my biggest concern is my desk just came in the mail. Okay, and
oh,
hoping it was going to get here before then, so I could
uh,
get this thing, so I could have a place to put all this stuff. So and get it all set up. But yes, thank you so much for
thank
inviting me on
you.
your channel.
I appreciate it, and I
Yeah,
hope
yeah,
you'll come
and
back
I
again.
appreciate all the folks who've endured my soapboxing and everything.
Well, you are a joy, and you are a brilliant guy, and we're lucky to have you in the RVing community trying to figure things out and make it better for everybody.
Thank you so much.
All right, David. Well, you have a great rest of your day, and tell
God bless.
tell Medusa Man Pants, thank you for letting us have you for an hour.
Dave Backroads did that too. That was Backroads that came up with that.
Yep. Oh God, he's a fun ride too. So
Yeah, he's neat.
we'll 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 let
Okay.
you know when he's on. All right. Bye bye,
Bye
David.
bye.
Wow, that was fun. Uh, I want to thank everybody for showing up. I know it was kind of a difficult journey to get here. I had one stream that did not work, and so I just had to work through it and find my way onto the internet. And I appreciate you all. David is a great guy. I encourage you to go watch David. Book Gone Boondocking, and he is more than a wealth of information. He's a great man. He's funny. He's entertaining, and he's brilliant. All right, guys. So I love you all, and I thank you for showing up today. And I will see you again on Thursday. And in between, we did an unboxing video, because I'm not kidding. Richard was supposed to grab Swiss cheese, and he showed up at the counter basically with a drone. No Swiss cheese, but he had a drone. So that's all I'm saying. You'll see it soon. All right, guys. Have a great afternoon.